Really should have been resource mining this. If I could even find an engineer somewhere around here. I don't even think he has one. Let's take a look. No, he does not have any pioneers. So if I could find a pioneer, I could show you how you can right-click on that and try and extract munitions from it. That's definitely the way to go. Always, always, always harvest your harvest your munitions from fallen vehicles whenever you can. He's got plenty of munitions, so he's not really dying for it. But it's just a good habit to get into. Have an eye for that. Just know that that's free money lying around in the ground that you could pick up. I do like this terror officer kind of doing his thing up here. Hopefully he has the execute upgrade. We definitely know he has the little firestorm upgrade as well. So there he goes, opening fire and firestorming. Yes, you do it, sir. And unfortunately, no retreat or anything. All 3 rockets come in, decimate. There's only 1 rifleman left out of all that, and he burns to death in the fire. So great use of firestorm right there. Nice to be a little bit tricky here with the terror officer. I think they're one of my favorite units just because they add an element of fun to the game. they're my favorite from a viewer point of view. So, anyhow, big blobs of infantry here. No idea what they're doing. It looks like a couple of airborne just arrived. They have recoilless rifles, so definitely the tank aspect of his tactic is a little bit countered now. No idea what this is all about. I mean, just kind of hiding the Ostwind up here. Not really sure, but it's definitely the right idea to be using Ostwinds defensively at this point in the game. And now we have these super upgraded grenadiers. I definitely like, because you've seen a lot of infantry out there. I definitely like that he went and actually purchased the MG42 upgrade because he had tons of munitions lying around. Panzerschrecks, there's no real need for them at this point. You haven't seen anything, and it just means you have 1 less guy to actually fire at troops. Looks like capping this fuel down here, terror officer down here. Now big push coming. So the name of the game for the Ostwind is going to be keep the distance from the guys who have sticky bombs and keep the distance from the guys with the recoilless rifles. These guys are doing a pretty good job. Looks like dropping smoke all over the place here. The smoke is reducing their speed a little bit, but yeah, it's okay. It's keeping them down just a little bit, but I mean, if you have smoke, you might as well use it. But now the recoilless rifles, man, look at the range on these guys. They just have great range, very accurate. And are we gonna get a kill? Oh, looks like he's backing away just again. 2 recoilless rifles left, 1 shot, boom, takes out the Ostwind. So paratroopers take some serious casualties dealing with that. Meanwhile, just a single MG42 wielding grenadier here, fighting it out against the weapons utility rifleman. And we have a terror officer here that could possibly execute. Can you execute? Come on, show us your pretty self here. I see something crazy going on in the base, but I really want to see an execute. Come on, buddy. Oh god, maybe he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. We've got an Ostwind up here and all that sort of stuff. Oh, there we go. Cap. All right, single execute. Now, this is not such a terrible idea. He knows that there's not a lot of stuff that counters him, so he drives in with an Ostwind and calls on a flame strike in the middle of all this. Look how much damage that does. Everybody's burned to death here. I certainly wouldn't consider this an all-in or trying to win big or anything like that. I just think it's a cool trick. He might be a little overambitious now by kind of charging in here and trying to take on everybody, because now he's going to get sticky bombed and have to deal with all this crap. I think he probably could have driven in, shot up the place a little bit, firestormed, and backed out, and that would have been perfect. Also, what would have been perfect is realize what's the point of you doing all this. You're distracting your opponent. You're trying to get him to withdraw troops from the front. You want to capitalize on that. So while that's happening, this guy, all of these people here should be capping stuff. Anyone around here should be capping stuff. People in his base, stuff should be building. He needs to be able to capitalize on that and get something going on here. There's this tank gun just sitting here with its back facing the wrong way, just going to get burned to death, probably AFK. Yep, not even there. But unfortunately, you see I didn't even bother watching what happened up here because it was pretty obvious they were going to get stickied and shot up and, that sort of thing. So he does eventually kill the Ostwind. I'm sure the Ostwind got a bunch of kills. But unfortunately, he didn't capitalize on it at all. He just basically got this much of 1 point captured, and that was it. He really needed to do anything else while he was doing that. And you can see that it's just a lack of infantry that's causing that problem here. Lack of infantry, by the way, mostly because of the fact that he's allowed all of his infantry to die. So once again, just, pay attention to that kind of stuff because it has a huge late game impact on you. So I've been focusing on Keys for a little while here. I'm going to go back to Alekspaleks and see what's going on with him. Looks like the terror officer's moving in. Oh, I'd love to see a flame strike right now. Flame strike right there would be perfect. Come on, man, go. Oh, there we go, and we do have it. Are they going to get out of the way in time? Oh, 4 guys get hit. Pretty good, pretty good. You know, decent reflexes there. It is a tricky ability, but hey, man, whatever. So, looks like we've got a single Grenadier left here. Sorry, a single Volks Grenadier left here. He is walking across, trying to cap this point. Very dangerous. I would never recommend doing this. Always just send this guy home. Look at him. He's got no hit points at all. There's pretty much no chance that he's going to survive even a modest encounter. 3 rifle upgraded engineers here. Going to do have a pretty high chance of actually killing this guy completely. So rifles are opening fire a little bit. We'll see. Is he going to make it? Is he going to make it? Oh my god, I'm going to put some perspective on this just so we can see. Look at this guy from this guy's point of view. He's just trying to cap this point, man. Just trying to cap this point. Is he going to get the point? Oh my god. Oh my god, get the point and get out of here. Get the point and hit T to retreat. Hit T to retreat. Get the point and hit... Oh, he gets taken out, but he does get the point. But for whatever it's worth, all these engineers are just going to recap it. Not worth it at all. Consider that guy an entire squad lost. So, what has happened while I've been looking at all this little stupid stuff? We have a Panther on the field. It's just a straight-up normal Panther. It has 3% accuracy and 5% reduced penetration. And the accomplished Ostwind Flak Panzer is back on the field here. I'm just curious and see. Let's look at Kees's money again. 800 again. Okay, now he's justified in saving up money because he could afford a King Tiger. So that looks okay. I do like the distribution again. Swapping points of view. Pay no mind to the pay no mind to how the colors of the map are changing, all that sort of thing. So we got a mortar team out here. That's okay. I mean, we're not really using it for anything, but it's there. You could definitely move it all the way up and try and put pressure on this area, but you know, it's there. Mortars aren't really defensive. They're more for kind of creeping into enemy territory. But oh, I do like all of this now, though. You'll see that he is Kees is moving out with his own heavy machine gun team. And looks like these guys are kind of fighting back here. Come on, Terror Officer, do something. Be careful, though. Terror Officer, man, look at me. He's got 17 kills, a light, and a heavy vehicle. That bro is serious. But come on, man, don't just sit there. Pay attention to your Terror Officer. Don't let him die. Oh, always be aware of that kind of stuff. So, a little smoke getting dropped here on the heavy machine gun team. Ostwind just kind of doing nothing. Really, really far exposed anti-tank gun. You got to kind of ask yourself, why is this tank gun here? Especially when this guy's just gonna whip out his pistol and start shooting at anybody who walks by. That's not so good. Panther also not so good against this kind of stuff. Is not super effective against infantry, and these guys have recoilless rifles. Now we're talking. All right, so King Tiger was brought onto the battlefield, and now what do? Pause. Let's just pause for a second and think about what we're going to do here. So, you have an overwhelming tank presence on the field. You've got an accomplished Ostwind, a Panther, and a King Tiger. Your opponent has got both of these points captured, and you just have very light control over on the left-hand side of the flank. Tiny control over here. It looks like he even lost a machine gun, so you have no control over your left-hand flank, basically. This is just wide open, waiting to be captured, and this point has not been captured, but it's in your own territory. What do? Well, I think the obvious answer is take your advantage and crush into, try and get some flanking attacks here, crush into this sort of stuff, and do some serious damage while the bulk of your infantry, whatever infantry you've got, unfortunately it's only one, but, he could start saving up and trying to move out a little bit here at the very least. You got some engineers up here. Try to cap and hold on to the other stuff here, but you want to basically destroy some sort of defensive forces and then capitalize on that. Unpause. And we'll see exactly what's going to happen here for Kees. So, in the meantime, looks like, just kind of resupplying going on here. Anti-tank gun. Okay, good. Anti-tank gun is caught off guard, and the Ostwind is going to pick away at it. Okay, but now where are we going? What is the point of all of this? So, rather than recap anything, it looks pretty much like this is an all-in victory. And, you've got a Firestorm available. Okay, there's a Firestorm coming out here. That's not a bad idea. As you can see, it looks like it's doing a lot of damage. I am going to just criticize this, though. It could be that this wins the whole game for him, and it could be that everything goes smashingly well. But at the end of the day, if this doesn't go well, he gains nothing from it, and his opponent is likely going to be in a better position than he ever was before. Whereas, if he were to attack, say, this right-hand flank and kind of smash all these troops, he could gain something from it. So what we're seeing here is the old trying to win big strategy, and I will always criticize this. Sometimes it's a good idea, sometimes it's a bad idea, but basically you got a whole bunch of chips and you said, freak it, all right, I'm just going to bet it all, I'm going to gamble it all, instead of just being modest with your investments. And if you have an advantage, turn it into a bigger advantage. Don't try to cash in everything and win the game. If you have an advantage, make a bigger advantage. That's like some of the best advice I've got. Everyone in StarCraft will tell you that. Artosis will tell you that. Day 9 will tell you that. And look at this! Oh no! And with everything that's been going on here, it looks like he finally loses his Ostwind, what with a little bit of anti-tank action going on here. And even these airborne are coming in now with the recoilless rifles and putting a ton of pressure on this Panther, which really can't do a whole lot against airborne. I mean, I've said it before, but it only has a 2 effectiveness against infantry. You can see the machine gun does a little bit of damage. If it gets lucky with its main barrel shot, it'll do some damage. But other than that, he's just going to get plucked away here by all these recoilless rifles. That is no good at all. And look at what's happened here. All of a sudden, anti-tank gun firing at the rear armor of a King Tiger. King Tiger is stickied up. Look at this, out of control. Oh, crashes in the anti-tank gun. Destroyed engine on the King Tiger, and everything just goes to hell. And what did he get out of it? He killed a couple of buildings. It looks like, you know, that was the best he got out of it. Was he killed some bunkers, he killed some buildings. No gun left on it. MG42 firing backwards, apparently. That's pretty crazy. And just totally crushed. They killed the King Tiger, and absolutely the wrong idea. Never, ever, ever do that. I hope that this serves as a single lesson for you. The very next time you're in this situation and it goes off in your head and you're like, oh, I can win the game, just tell yourself to shut up for a second and go back to the drawing board and just look at the map, kind of in your head, just kind of pause everything that's happening, look at the map and just think, okay, what do I need in order to win the game? Don't just charge on in and attack everybody. That's the one lesson I want everyone to get from watching this. Don't do it! You risk everything, and if your opponent is even a little bit clever, you gain nothing. If you're going to throw something away and attack a base, make sure you're gaining territory, or you're gaining, you know, something economical that'll benefit you in the future. If you have a small advantage, turn it into a bigger advantage. Don't just throw it away. So anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. You can always send Newbie Tuesday replays to HarlequinCoHO@gmail.com. Just make sure the name Newbie is somewhere in the title, just so it's easier for me to tell what's what. And I'll always entertain those kind of games because I do think that there's a lot of learning to be happening here, even if the players aren't perfect and that sort of thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Congratulations to the players, and I'll see you guys next time.